myself, but yeah, and that was very fine. I am now start sharing my screen. Okay, share. Hope the attendees are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, participants, and then panelists. Welcome to my webinar. As it has been told in the introduction that more than 20 years of experience in different IT and analytics domains gives me confidence that I can talk about all the applications, and also I can give some business school perspective. I mean to say how business graduates in data science are really needed in the domain of artificial intelligence. So I'm keeping it in the PowerPoint mode. Let me see. I can do that. Yeah, okay. So my presentation contains 5 parts. A few minutes I'll spend on what is artificial intelligence, a basic definition kind of thing, and then I'll go about what is the important AI techniques. And third is the important core topic for today, applications of AI at different domains. Some domains I considered because artificial intelligence has applications in every domain. Therefore, in today's topic, I'll cover a few domains and their applications, how they are using artificial intelligence in different projects, and some ethical considerations which we should not miss while we are doing the artificial intelligence projects. And finally, role of business graduates, especially the management graduates or business graduates, how they are placed, how they are have a role in the entire artificial intelligence thing. So this is something 5 parts I'm going to cover. Coming to the first part, what is artificial intelligence? A lot of definitions are there in the internet. I will just minimize this window so that I can see. Yeah. Okay. Keep it down. A lot of definitions are available for artificial intelligence, but this definition really I like. So AI is a part of computer science, yes, because a lot of computer programming is involved. Therefore, it is a part of computer science that is focused on creating machines that work and act like a humans. That means I'm just mimicking myself. I'm creating another human being with the help of computer. Okay, so AI is nothing but creating a computer that can actually work and act like humans. Okay, so not 100%, but at least near to matching the human intelligence, we are creating this in artificial. So this is the best definition I can see for the artificial intelligence. But if you see the components of artificial intelligence, I can see there are 4 major components I can say. Okay, number one is with respect to techniques. A lot of machine learning techniques are there, deep learning techniques are there, statistical modelings are there. For example, in the machine learning, regression models are there, and then you can use a lot of advanced neural nets models. All those things are there, comes under techniques. When it comes to the vision, the second part, vision means say suppose we have a lot of images being collected, and then we can see image recognition, image similarity. Image recognition means whether you can identify the image as a particular image or not. For example, a cat diagram is shown you, whether the computer is able to identify that image as a cat. That is image recognition. It has lot of applications actually. Okay, image recognition is useful in airports and all. For example, if you go to Germany, in the airport, just it will see your face and it will match your passport photo, and then it will see yes, this is the right image, like that. So similarly, image similarity also, you can compare two images and tell what is the comparison score kind of thing, whether they are same or not. Those kind of things comes under image similarity. And similarly, if you come to the language, which is really for example, ChatGPT and all uses a lot of language models, and in understanding, processing, and generation of language models will give us a lot of benefits actually. For example, language models are used in chatbots, language models are used in different other applications where you want to condense the lot of words to smaller one, or otherwise you want to elaborate any topic. All these language models are useful. And of course, some sentiment analysis. For example, you have a feedback. You can classify that as a bad sentiment or good sentiment kind of. So that is where language models are useful. And similarly, speech. Speech to text and text to speech is another area, another component I can say, where you say, suppose you can see on August 15th, if Narendra Modi is talking from the Red Fort, immediately whatever he speaks, immediately it is converted into all Indian languages and it has been available for us. Okay, it will take just few seconds to convert the speech that he has given by him in Hindi and converted that into different languages. So these are some of the important components of artificial intelligence. Now coming to the differences between these. So this is actually very important. Many candidates who are attempting the exams, they are actually not completely aware about what is the difference between artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science. Okay, you can see the biggest part, the biggest one is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, as I told, you are training the machine to think and act like a human being. You're giving a training through some computer programs to giving the power to the computer to act like a human being. So that is a bigger frame of artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, a subpart is machine learning. What is machine learning doing? Machine learning, what it do is it will take the historical data that is available and it will learn from the data and it will give the decisions for the future. For example, candidates, suppose I have a historical data of a machine producing some product. Okay, if I see the historical data of the machine, then I can come to know a lot of things. I can learn a lot of things from the past data. For example, how many times the product can classify it as a bad product, how many times the machine stops, how many times the machine works effectively, what is the average number of the production that comes out from the machine. Like this, I can learn a lot of things from the historical data, and these learnings are useful in the future. Okay, in the coming days, how I can plan my production. In the coming days, how I will be ready to maintain the machine. So those kind of things are available in the machine learning. But when it comes to the deep learning, it is also a part of machine learning, but it is a special type of learning. It is just like it resembles the neurons in the mind. Okay, there are a lot of layers in them, and there is an input layer that will give input first, and then that input is processed under different layers. Each layer contains some nodes. Nodes are connected, and each process will happen on different nodes, and finally output will come. It is also a kind of machine learning which uses the data, but the processing is entirely different. So it is a different type of a kind of a machine learning, uses neural nets kind of. Okay, and in these three things, what is common is data science. Okay, data science is nothing but a scientific approach. Okay, it is all actually, I can say, statistical knowledge. In the PG, suppose MSc statistics, PSc statistics courses taught us a lot of statistical techniques, actually design of experiments, regression, correlation, all those things comes under statistics, and statistics is a part of all these three circles. Statistics comes in deep learning, it comes in machine learning, it comes in artificial intelligence as well. But there are something extra also in the data science. For example, data visualization is extra in the data science. Like that, there are something extra also in data science, but it is commonly available or commonly part of all the three bigger circles. Okay, so if someone asks you what is the difference between AI, ML, deep learning, and data science, means you can simply remember this diagram. Okay, bigger circle is AI, inner circle is machine learning, and the inner circle is deep learning. So this might be the clear cut kind of understanding between differences between these three terms. Now, I will just take a pause, and then I just wanted to check, is there any hands raised or is there any questions? I guess as of now, what I can see is no hands, so therefore I'm continuing. I can give you chance to put your questions at the end also. At the last part of the seminar, you can put me questions on that. Now, important AI techniques. Here, I'm not going to cover much, but I want to tell you what are the important artificial intelligence techniques that we use in almost every domain. See, on the x-axis, I can measure the complexity. First one is traditionally simple things, and then advanced or more complex ones. On the y-axis, what I'm getting is chances of getting used in AI. What is the chances of successfully getting used? What is the chances of successfully getting used, and then getting used and getting business benefit kind of thing? Okay, so if you see, I can see that there are some basic AI techniques, for example, correlation, linear classification models, random forest, probability. These are some of the basic things. When it comes to the advanced things, computer vision techniques, deep learning, recurrence neural network, reinforcement learning, these are some of the advanced techniques. For example, ensemble approach. Ensemble approach is actually combining different forecasting models, and then it will ensemble them. It will actually combine them to give an optimum result kind of thing. So these are some of the different kinds of techniques which are in the advanced levels. Some of them are in the mid level, for example, prediction or otherwise topic modeling. They are at the mid level. Let me take my pointer if it is available. Let me see whether I can see a pointer here. Yeah, I can see it is a pointer. Okay, right. So this is all about the different techniques that are being used in the artificial intelligence. Now, I just wanted to see how the industry leaders are actually thinking about the artificial intelligence. Here I have taken four different leaders. One is Microsoft founder Bill Gates, and then Tim Cook from Apple, and Obama, former US president, and then Warren Buffett, what they are telling about this particular artificial intelligence. I'll play a small video, and it is just a 2-minute video. Just listen to this video carefully, and then we will talk about that. I'm just playing this video for you. Give me a second. I have to, yeah, I can see here now. Yeah. So that was I just wanted to show because these leaders how they are feeling about this particular artificial intelligence, and we can see that everyday life is actually now connected with artificial intelligence. Okay. Now I'll go to the next slide. Yeah, and then some of the favorite examples of mine in terms of artificial intelligence. One is, I mean, like in 2016 and 17, when I was in US, I traveled in this driverless cars actually. Okay, so this is a video, but I don't want to play complete video. Just few seconds I'll play. Yeah, you can see this in the internet. Actually, it is available. But my experience with that was really very good. When I was in San Francisco, I traveled in this, and I feel really safer in this particular car. I mean, like it is following all the road rules very particularly on the signals, and then it never jumps out the signal. It never do any accident kind of thing. So that's why I feel like this is one of my favorite example. And another favorite example, you might heard about this particular robot Sophia. Okay, this is the first human robot which can talk like a human being. You can actually see the interviews of Sophia on the internet, and the Sophia is answering your questions just like human being. So this was one more best example where the language models are coming into place, and then it is just like acts like an intelligent person kind of thing. So that's why I feel this is one more example. And then if you see the another example, this is a news reader, which is a robotic news reader. And here, my wonder why I like this is the lips movement and then what they are speaking really matching 100% actually. Okay, so this is the first time they introduced it in the China news channel, and of course, a lot of other news agencies are now started using robotic news readers. But important thing is that lip movement and their facial expression sometimes changes. All those things are coming up in this particular this thing. So these are some of the examples I can say where I love those kind of applications in the artificial intelligence. Okay, now coming to the different companies and different applications where at what level of maturity. On the x-axis, you can see the maturity of um, on the x-axis, it is AI maturity level, and on the y-axis, how much disruption that can cause. For example, you can see some of the machine learning enabled advertising that is really getting more and more popular actually, and a lot of consumer software, either it is a smart TV, smart watch, anything on the consumer software side also getting more and more disrupted actually. Okay, some of the things are not really very popular. For example, aerospace, we didn't find much applications. There are, but not to a very successful levels. But for example, recently you can see the war between Russia and Ukraine. You can see that there are a lot of unmanned drones are actually taking part. Okay, there is no included in the drone, but it is very accurately identifying the targets, and it is changing its positions automatically and then traveling. So that was one of the intelligence, but it is not up to the expected levels. But in all other areas, I can see even in the banking areas or even in the Microsoft applications, all are getting at a highly matured level. So these success stories comes from how much disruption they are causing. So, and that's really very fantastic this thing. So these are some of the success stories I want to show. So these two parts are part of introduction I want to say. And then now the key part of our topic is what are the applications actually. Okay, candidates, these applications actually for me, how I can actually list out is throughout my vast 22 years of experience in different industries gives me to identify knowledge to identify what are the different applications of artificial intelligence. Okay, now coming to some of the manufacturing side of applications, there are four different I can say categories. One is predictive analytics, and then in the predictive analytics, you can see some of the predictions, like I can predict the sales, how much sales that I'm going to happen in the next month, next week, next day, like that. Customer demand forecasting, consumption forecasting, HR attrition prediction. All those things are predictive analytics being used, where prediction models are built and then decisions are made for the future. Similarly, if you see the second one, it is, say, for example, preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance means, for example, when the machine comes to halt because of some problem, and if you are repairing it at that time, it really costs you more. But if you are able to identify the expected lifetime, and then if you set a time, okay, this is the time you have to do the maintenance. If you set up a time which is called preventive maintenance, then it causes really low cost for you to do the maintenance. If it comes to completely under repair, then it really costs more. So therefore, this preventive maintenance actually giving us cost-effective solutions in the manufacturing. And then third part is robotic automation. In the robotic automation, I can see that, for example, some of my previous company, I work for a company called Robot Bosch Engineering, which is an automotive giant. In that, I can see a lot of robots are being used as in the place of workers. Okay, so robotic automation will reduces, for example, the human this thing, because places like Germany and all, the cost of human resources is really low. Okay, so it can reduces that cost, and at the same time it can work without any rest kind of thing. So productivity also increases when you go for the robotic automation. And the last part is machine vision, where through cameras I can identify, for example, packaging section, whether packaging is done properly or not. Just by using a camera, I can identify and I can pause it. Earlier, how it happens? Earlier, there is a person standing. He will take the package. He will turn it. He will see all the sides, and then he will say, "Yes, package is done properly." But now a camera can do that. Camera can identify whether package is done properly or not. It will read the barcodes, and it will sometimes components assembly also it can take care. And then defects identification. Is there any defect in the particular component? By visual inspection, it will classify them. So these are some of the applications, mostly predominantly in the manufacturing domain. But there are some other applications also. For example, I can maintain and manage the inventory. I can use the quality testing by using a lot of AI techniques. And also I can do some warranty data analysis. Warranty data analysis means, for example, if I analyze and say that a particular product is coming high number of times for the replacement, then actually you can take some actions in the production time itself. Okay, so warranty data analysis is very much useful. And similarly, scrap reduction, how to reduce the overall scrap in the any manufacturing. So these are some of the other applications in the, especially in the manufacturing. My around in 21 years of experience, my 10 to 12 years I spent in different manufacturing companies. Therefore, I love a lot of manufacturing problems to solve by using artificial intelligence. Now, there are a lot of other areas also. A small areas I will cover. For example, if you talk about HR, I still remember in 2012 when I am attending the one interview, and then the interview panel member asked me a question. Really, I feel like in HR there is no place for artificial intelligence. What do you think? So this is a question he asked. Okay, but actually speaking, there are a lot of applications we can see for HR area. For example, attrition modeling, whether employee is going to stay with us or going to resign. So this can be done by using the data science or artificial intelligence. Engagement index we can calculate. Promotion recommendation engine, to whom we have to give promotion, to whom we should not give promotion. That is also you can use machine learning model. And benefits optimization. So what is the benefit you need to promote? What are the benefits you need not promote? So those kind of things done by AI. And then even in the recruitment, for example, there are thousands of CVs will come. How to see, how to select the CV screening, how to select the best candidates from the CVs. So that can be done automatically by using machine learning models. Here, the NLP techniques will come where it will automatically screen the CVs and select. And interview also. So first round of interview can be done by a robot. Okay, now a lot of companies are working on this, a lot of clients are there, a lot of products are there already in this area where interviews are done by the robot only, but only it is a first round of interview. And then compensation modeling, online joining formalities, all those things can be done very, very effectively in the HR area. I read in one survey that compared to 5 years back, now the strength of HR has been reduced to almost 60% less. Okay, earlier 5 years back, it is say suppose 10 people are working means now it is only just 4 people are working and remaining everything done by the machines. Okay, so these are some of the artificial intelligence applications in HR area. And similarly in finance, I'm the part of a lot of these applications. And for example, fraud detection in the payments, how to do the auditing. Auditing generally how people will do, they will check each and every invoice, they will check the price and all those things manually. Okay, but if you give us for the machine learning and then it uses a lot of language models and then it will see whether it is done properly or not. Okay, so automated auditing will be possible with AI techniques. Procure to pay optimization. Procure to pay means you want to buy something, then lot of stages are there. For example, getting 3 quotes and then copying. You can compare the quotes and then select the best quote, give for the purchase department, raise the invoice. All those things are there. How to optimize entire this process by using AI techniques. There are a lot of tools available, and then with the help of the tools, you can reduce the total time of processing the procure to pay. Okay, and similarly, payment schedule optimization can be done using yeah. So these are some of the applications I can see in the finance domain. And the one big application what we can see is in the healthcare actually. In healthcare, a lot of things are there. I just for the time being, I kept it a little 4 or 5. One is medical imaging. You can see the red ball color kind of thing. It is not a ball. It is actually the retina of the eye. Okay, there is one disease called diabetic retinopathy. Okay, earlier days, doctor will take more time to identify whether the patient has a diabetic retinopathy or not. But by comparing the image of the retina, we can easily classify whether the patient has a diabetic retinopathy or not. Okay, so that is the biggest application I can say of artificial intelligence in the healthcare. Similarly, drug discovery and development, you want to develop a drug. Then every stage, for example, testing phase, and then how many sample we need to include, what are the test results, what are the tests need to be done. Everything, actually, the AI techniques are involved and a lot of software were available for drug discovery and development. And similarly, robot assisted surgery, early days, for example, you have something on the, say, suppose on the inner part of the stomach, where surely you have to cut your body and then you have to perform the operation. But nowadays, how it is happening is without cutting the body, you can use some minor robots where it will go to the part and do something without any cut kind of thing. Okay, the robots can perform the operations without any big, I can say, human cut kind of thing. So what is the advantage is perfection. Second one is very speedy recovery of the patient. Patient will recover very, very fast. Okay. And similarly, electronic health records. All the health records can be maintained electronically. And that is really useful when the patient visit next time. You can identify very easily what is the patient data, what is the patient history kind of. So apart from this, there are a lot of big applications out there in the artificial for the healthcare. Companies like Novartis and all doing a very good job in this healthcare domain, especially using artificial intelligence. Now, as I told already, there is a special division called natural language processing. You might heard about ChatGPT, which is a text summarization and content generation. If you ask something, a simple question, it will entirely search in the web and then it will process the data in such a way that you cannot find or you cannot identify that it is a machine wrote content. You can just feel that it is a human prepared content kind of thing. That way it will prepare. And then similarly, chatbots for various purposes. You can put any question. Even my institute, Goa Institute of Management, has a chatbot where it will answer you effectively. And the chatbots are one more big applications of AI. And of course, it is using a lot of language models. Similarly, sentiment analysis, for example, Zomato is there, and then customers will give feedback whether food is good, food is not good, like that. Or otherwise, every customer after purchase, they'll give some feedback, and then I can classify the feedback into good or bad, and then I can analyze why the bad feedback is coming. So those kind of things are possible at the NLP kind of thing, natural language processing, which is a part of artificial intelligence. Okay, so with this, I will close, and then I will come to the fourth part, which is very important part called ethical considerations. We need to follow some ethics. We need to follow some untold principles. Okay, while constructing the like artificial intelligence applications, some of the ethical aspects what we need to follow is transparency. Okay, transparency means be open to the data owners. For example, you are using customer data. Be transparent with the customers why you are using the data. Okay, so you need to be very transparent and you need to be accountable for the purpose that you're using. Okay, and then second important ethical rule is privacy and data protection. You need to keep always the privacy of the customers. There are different laws are available. It is different from India to other countries, but always you need to see the data privacy and data protection. For example, in the previous slides, one example I told that I can predict the whether employee leave the company or not. For that, I'm using the employee data. Okay, when I'm using the employee data, I need to tell that I cannot share your data outside. This kind of protection I have to give to the client. I have to take the consent and I have to use it. Okay, so that is what called informed consent. You have to take the approval from the customer and then you have to use the data. And then fourth one is safety and security. Security is very important. We should not there are a lot of hackers who are very intelligent than artificial intelligence scientists, and they might hack your data. So therefore, safety and security is very important. Last one is ethical use cases. Say suppose by using artificial intelligence, you can say that I can produce some kind of a destruction weapon which can destroy the complete world in a single minute. Okay, it is possible. It is possible, but whether is it ethical to create such kind of a product? Is it ethical to create such kind of product? So when you are creating a product, you need to see whether is it okay to create such kind of product or not. It is untold. Untold means nobody will tell you. Nobody will tell unless until you create and see the bad effects. Nobody will sue you. But at the same time, you need to be very cautious while creating the use cases out of it. Okay, so this is some ethical conditions, and there are limitations also. For example, data dependency. Whenever you want to do artificial intelligence, a lot of data is required. Without data, nothing is possible. Therefore, data dependency is one important thing. And machines do not have common sense, right? Common sense or creativity. Whatever you tell, it is performed by the machine. Therefore, lack of common sense probably one of the stopping point. But nowadays, with the advanced machine learning language models, common sense also being overcome. For example, you can see I told you in the previous slide that there is a human robot called Sophia. Okay, Sophia has a lot of common sense. Okay, it know how to speak with a child. It know how to speak with an adult. It know how to speak with a woman or a man like that. Okay, so this is slightly coming down, but there are limitations in that front as well. Resource intensive, a lot of resources are required. Computers are required. Algorithmic power is required. So that is resource intensive. Human oversight, whatever application you do, at the end of the day, again, one person should oversee everything. Suppose your company is completely robotic, automated company, but still there is one person need to check whether all the robots are working properly or not. Okay, so human oversight is required. Legal and ethical challenges in the previous slide we discussed, and black box problem. Lot of AI techniques are black box techniques. You don't know what is happening inside actually. Okay, for example, if you take neural network, so you know what is input and you know what is output, but you don't know what type of modeling things happened inside the neural networks. So that is actually one more limitation for the artificial intelligence. Okay. Now coming to the role of business graduates, it is I guess it is a fifth one. Role of business graduates is very important. Okay. Now actually, there is some technical courses available to train you in the lot of programs, lot of algorithms. There are some management courses are available in the data science area. Okay, say for example, let me see what is a business school, especially management schools like Goa Institute of Management, where it is offering a PGDM course, management course in data science. Where is really need of actually? Okay, there is a big gap I found in the industry. What is the gap? Gap is between tech team and the client team. The client who is working in the manufacturing or any domain, they know well about the domain. Okay, they don't know the data science. Who is technically qualified to write the algorithms and all those things? They will understand the algorithms. They know all the models, everything, but they don't know to do. Okay, there should be some person who will translate the business problem to data science problem. So this is the place where the business school graduates comes into place, comes into picture. Okay, there is a big gap. Without this particular person, the gap is not filled. Okay, so this is one biggest role where management graduates can play, and similarly manage the analytical projects effectively. If a management graduate is there, he know the different tools of project management. He know different principles of project management because it has been already taught for him in the business management course. Therefore, he know both sides. He know analytics, he know management principles, and then he can handle the project very effectively. And leading the team, leadership principles are being taught in the any business graduation school. Therefore, since he know that, he can manage the team very well. He can manage the team of data science people very well. So these are some of the roles of where particularly the business graduates can play in the artificial intelligence domain kind of thing. But if you see what the difference between is, you can see there are two sides. One is business analytics, where business graduates will learn, and on the right side you can see data sets. Okay, on the business analytics, for example, they know business applications, they know analytical intelligence. Mostly they will work on only structured data because only basic analysis they will do, and they have strong statistical computer skills. Minimal coding is involved. Two things are common. One is analytical intelligence mindset, strong statistical and computer skills are common, but at the same time, they don't work on heavy coding. Okay, these business graduates won't work on heavy coding. That is the difference where between the tech people and the management people. And these are some of the roles, like for example, business development manager, or otherwise leader of a particular domain. For example, leader in the sense project manager, senior project manager. Those kind of roles are effectively played by the people who studies the data science in their management graduates. Okay, so this is the B school perspective where these graduates are fitting into the industry. Okay, so I guess with this, it comes to an end of my presentation, and then I'm actually open to take. But before that, there is some one more trending opportunities. I just wanted to list out some of the courses that you can take where first four are tech courses and last three are management courses. Based on your skill, based on your interest, you can pick, and then these are the trending streams in the data science actually. Okay, so with that, I will close my talk, and then I'm open for any questions. Any questions, students? I'm just stop sharing my screen.
Dear
Ashutosh?
participants, if you have any questions, feel free to use chat box and Q&A box. So it would be helpful for all the participants if you explain us about top perspectives in this AI field, especially, and which are the roles are trending, like job roles are trending.
You're right. I mean, like, for example, in the data science, some of the top roles that are actually required by the industry, and then I can see a lot of opportunities are coming in is in the area of business intelligence. Okay. Business intelligence is not core technical, but involves some part of the technical as well as management perspective. Business intelligence manager, business intelligence analyst, business analyst. Okay. So these roles on the on the every company, either it is a healthcare company or it is a manufacturing, it is a banking, insurance, anywhere you can see this business intelligence is plays very important role. Actually, if you see, out of 100 projects, only 20% or even less than 20% needs really a deep technical things, but remaining 80% of the projects need to find out what are the hidden factors in the data. So for that, this business intelligence role is very important. And this is one role I can see predominantly openings are coming up in every industry. Second thing is when it comes to the learning side, here both management as well as technical skills are really required. Because one is not really sufficient. You should have balanced learning of technical as well as management principles. So, I mean, like you should know what is meant by strategic management. You should know what is meant by leadership skills. At the same time, you should know what is the basic machine learning models, what are the prediction models like that. So if that is there, then probably that will be a great insight or perspective, I can say.
Exactly, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so since we didn't see any questions, is that okay? Shall we?
So one more question, like about Goa Institute of Management, I'd like to ask whether
Yeah.
it provides any internship or any industrial training during the course or syllabus.
Super question. Actually, this is one specialty in Goa Institute of Management, especially in the PGDM program, Big Data Analytics program. GMU is providing 5 months internship in the industry. Okay, from the month of April to September, 5 months completely they will spend in the industry, and that is really giving them very practical exposure to the industry problems. And many times what I saw is more than 50% of the students are getting PPOs even just by doing their internship in a company. Okay, so internship will offer the practical exposure, how to deal with the clients, how to deal with the client data, how to manage the security of the data, how to manage the different stakeholders. Those kind of things practically they will come to know in the 5 months internship. Apart from that, there are a couple of other opportunities. We have opportunities like we have MOUs with the different industries, and they will come up with a real-time data projects. I mean, like they will give a data that is actually coming from their client, and then they will work with a mentor in the industry and one mentor in the institute, and students will work on the real-time projects. A stipend is being paid for that, and then it is a real-time project. So these are a couple of opportunities where they have a lot of exposure, and of course this is really useful. As I told, one is they will get pre-placement offer for their final job, and more or less they'll get very uncomparable learning kind of thing in this internship opportunity.
Understood, sir. There are no more questions, I guess, even from my side and from participants' side. But dear participants, feel free to visit Goa Institute of Management website for any concern and any queries, and feel free to reach out to the Goa Institute of Management. Sir, at
Thank
the
you.
end, I would like to,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. At the end, I would like to express my vote of gratitude towards you and for spending a valuable time, for being a panelist, and for sharing this useful information on this versatile topic based on artificial intelligence in terms of B school perspective. Thank you again, and the session was very informative, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, participants, for joining this session. And we would like to have more and more sessions in coming days. Thank you, Ashutosh ji. Thank you,
Okay, sir.
Niharika ji,
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
present in the session.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Same to you, sir.